Entering into university for the first time is like entering uncharted water, and everyone makes a different choice when leaving school. And at the time I was anxious about coming up to Flinders because none of my friends were going to be here with me that I had at school. And within the first couple of months I had made friendships and I felt like I really fitted in. And I looked back at that decision that I'd made and knew I'd made the right decision. I wanted to be a psychologist, but I also wanted to specialise in a clinical population so that I could really get my hands into something. I know I'm in a field that is growing, and I know that coming from Flinders where there's such a strong base, I know that wherever I go I'll have those ties and those connections here. So I'm excited, I guess, about what's next.
I think one of the beauties about psychology is that it is such a diverse field that people have the impression that I need to be empathic, I need to be a good communicator, and while some of those skills might be very good if you're going to go into counselling, psychology offers a real good range of fields.
Well, for myself, I was probably more interested in why I do things. So we obviously learn about why other people do things, but I guess everybody's interested in why they react to certain things in certain ways.
I'm really interested in the brain, and at Flinders I've decided to go in the area of cognitive neuroscience, which really links the brain and behaviour. Cognitive neuroscience, I'm actually looking at electrical brain activity. So I put an EEG cap on people and I measure all the electrical activity coming off their brain, because essentially their brain is an electrical device. And I'm seeing the differences between children that have been diagnosed with ADHD and children who haven't been.
How are you going in there?
We've got a great laboratory. It has 2 full EEG suites, so we can run lots of experiments at the same time. They're fully equipped with the latest software and hardware, so it's just a great place to investigate the field.
My interest is in spatial learning, and to that end we use virtual reality to create environments which would be very difficult to create in the real world. We're trying to understand how people remember and encode space in their memory, and to that end what we're trying to investigate is the ways in which we can better improve memory and people's accuracy in environments. I suppose there are many realms of psychology. I really enjoy studying spatial learning, which is why I took up a PhD in it. And yeah, I find that the mental processes involved in the learning of space to be a really important and interesting thing.
I'm doing my PhD in clinical psychology here at Flinders University because I did my undergraduate degree here, and it was a great opportunity to continue on with the training and the staff and the friends that I'd made in a psychology department that has got a great reputation. Here at Flinders we've got a psychology clinic on site. It's a real environment that people come along who are having difficulties and seeking our advice, and obviously we are under supervision, but it's a very real environment for us to kind of be thrown in there and to use the skills that we've developed from our training and put them into real life.
Not happy about coming back in. He's looking a little bit more relaxed compared with what he was last week. What do you notice about how quickly you're talking?
Yeah, I do tend to talk quite quickly, I think. I think one thing that surprised me is just there's always something new to learn, and at Flinders there is always that opportunity to learn those new things.
Well, at Flinders it's, I guess, not just clinical research, we do all sorts of weird things. So, for example, we do discuss research, which is where we basically give people really revolting foods and see how they respond. They bring people in, sit them down and give them really unusual foods, so often foods from other cultures, things they've never tried, things that have really strange textures, smells or tastes, and just see basically how people respond to trying to taste it, whether they gag, whether they refuse outright. As a department, you're generally interested in a whole range of human behaviours, so feeding patterns are interesting. They vary between culture and culture, so people are interested in why in one culture people might like a certain sort of food, whilst in another culture they find it really disgusting. That one sucks. We get the opportunity to go and do placements out in the field, so I spent 6 months working on a locked ward at a psychiatric hospital, which was a really interesting experience. I mean, I've never been anywhere like that. I've never seen people that are in that sort of state, so that was very, very interesting.
So one of the things that we do here at Flinders Uni is we do research about memory, and in particular we're interested in looking at eyewitness memory. So how well people identify individuals after they've witnessed a crime, and some of the factors that can lead to people making wrongful identifications. But we're also interested in looking at the relationship between how confident someone is about their memory and the accuracy of their memory. Because confidence is one of the most important indicators that the courts use when they're trying to work out who actually committed a crime and whether the accused is actually the culprit. We're encouraged from really day one to come up with our own questions and come up with ways of answering those questions, and to be critical about the type of information that we take in, and to make sure that we actually don't just accept things on face value, but look a little bit further into what we're being told.
Okay, the lab here at Flinders, the Media Lab, we do work that's focused on the media, and in particular on the effect of thin ideal images in the media on women and girls' body image. We think this is important because a lot of studies have shown that there's a lot of negative body image out there, and we're focusing on the role of the media.
I'm beginning my PhD at Flinders, looking at emotional recognition in children with autism. I've always had an interest in this area, and Flinders have given me the opportunity to gain a great amount of experience working with children with autism, and has also allowed me to do my own research in this area.
Good copying, well done. Pouring, very good.
One of the good things about the work experience program that we offer in the third year part of the course here is it gives students the opportunity to experience different settings. So many of our students have come up here not really knowing what autism is, never worked with a child before, and have come up here and absolutely just been gobsmacked by what they've seen.
It's very challenging, but it's very rewarding being able to have an influence on children with autism and have an impact in their lives and see the progress that they're all making. It's really good.
Flinders is a beautiful place. There's wide open spaces. You can drive your car here, 24-hour access. You can take a nice little spot inside the library and look over the coast, the city. It's beautiful. Nice place to study.
Our students tend to get involved in our own research projects. So students who come and do their thesis with me will do a research project in the area of food craving, trying to get a better handle on what it is that people experience when they have a craving, and also trying to help us work on those techniques.
In front of the computer screen, and when you're ready to start the task, hit the space bar. I'd like you to rate your chocolate craving using the rating scale on the screen.
Very exciting. I absolutely love it, and I very much enjoy being here.
You've seen the sleep laboratory here, and there are a number of different projects which we're pursuing. We have interests in different areas. Insomnia is a major interest of ours, trying to treat insomnia in different ways and developing new programs for doing that. We're interested in the beneficial effects of napping. A brief nap we've found to be very beneficial for your alertness after the nap, gets you through the rest of the day if you have just a 10-minute sleep. Also, we're interested in people's body clocks and biological rhythms and disorders of that, and the treatment using bright light therapy for improving the sleep and the timing of people's body clocks. So there's a great range of different topics that we're pursuing here.
I think Flinders University is well represented. The research is well represented overseas. I think it has a really good reputation, and I'm relying on that reputation to get good postdoc positions, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, this School of Psychology is recognised as one of the best in Australia. There's quantitative evidence of that.
For me, this is my last year of my training for my PhD. So from here, hopefully I've got enough skills and all that kind of stuff to go out and be a clinical psychologist. But as part of my degree, I've also got the PhD. So if I wanted to become an academic and give back to some students the skills that I've learned